about to knock me off my feet. I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When I've been up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Let's go, boys, let's go! Set. 60 Pittsburgh. Leo.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Yo, go. Light. Snap.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th.
That's how we ball, son.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Cut. Shit.
Tight dog. Squeeze. Rush in. Shift.
Out. Check safety.
Big grip.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there and a Bengal first.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Ready to go.
57. Mike, 57.
Back to throw. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Anything moves, we hit it.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Here we go.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Whoa. 57's mine. All day, baby.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. 18 Gator. 61 Matchbox Lights. Ready.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. This one caught by Crowder. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Go. Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Herndon's got it complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
First down, New York.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
No. Now.
2nd down and inches. This one hauled in by Sample. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A first down carry for Henry. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
Here we go. Black 80! Hey, gun.
57.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Pick the edge. 21. X3. 218. Chopper.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's put him on the buses. I got this. Two.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. He's got a man. Complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Yep. 57. Mike, 57. Bravo. Ready?
He'll drop to throw. And he finds his target. It's sharp. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 14.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Topper! Get it!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Man up, D. Hunt. 2.
Draw play. This is Henry. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now, Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, Haywood! Mike's 57's Mike! You better be afraid of me! You better be afraid of me!
57's Mike. Mike 57. I'm coming!
Five!
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
On the ready.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Lofton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
SOS. Recon, 132 fighter.
Second and 13. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
1st down, Jets.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Back.
Watch out.
Check 37. Check. Pilot, 64. Weak.
Shit.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's got it complete to Anderson. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
He'll look to throw. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. On the return is Jones. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here we go. 180. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On 2nd down now. It's Henry, and he'll take this one up to about the 13. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd
12, fellas, here we go.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Throwing left side, it's complete. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll run on 1st down. It's Henry, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Minus 57, 57's wrong. He don't know no better. Be tripping.
After the penalty, it's Henry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 180. Push him back. Push him back.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Here we go. What do you need? Check fast. Check fast.
Play action. Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go, team.
2nd and 10. Going deep now for Herndon. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Get ready.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
60 outlaw. 22 jet bomber. Hey, Charlie.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 5. Steps away to his touchdown, New York Jets. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Ready up.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Blocked it. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Open man right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Carl Lawson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Five. Check. Ready.
Back to throw. Throw complete to Herndon. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And this one is right through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them will give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
The Bengals take over first and 10.
Baby, let's go.
At their own
Let's go.
25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On second and a couple. Garoppolo complete. It's Henry. That one a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. There's Garoppolo to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
On first down, Lofton. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Hey, high 7. 5.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Looking to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. The Bengals drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here we go.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. We ain't giving up that.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quinnen Williams. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 22. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Jets 17, Bengals 3.
Ready? 90, Wolf. Gives it 50. Check my 50. Here we go. Here we go. Hit it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. Fights him off. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
The Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Here we go.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's fielded at the 34. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Don't get nervous.
2nd and 15. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 39. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year when he was plagued by this type of a play? And it thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
It's 2nd and inches at the 4-yard line.
6-6, pull it high. You go tight.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. They come out here in the eye. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times and 8 chances. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, 5, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole, third and long. Now the Bengals on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 16. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And Tate's got it. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Check three.
He'll look to throw. That's complete to the tight end Sample. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
They're going to look to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Derek Barnett picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is taken at the 23. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. How about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now, 3rd and long. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Jets, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, bull on the wrist, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, bull on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They Ella they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, I say this, you be liking my flavor, I think it's God's. Ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, clubs, I never switch, I never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things, pull out the whip. Suck to a nut, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crush.
watch out, clubs, I never switch, I never switch.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait. I got power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I better kill them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. With state prop, you looking bleak now. I was home to sleep, designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak, they listen. Couldn't find the social fishing. Who the crew, it wasn't you. I know it's true, cause you look like the opposition. Run it up. Greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank.